People live together in groups called families. Think about your family. You might have brothers and sisters, a mom, dad. So you all live together. Well, some insects live together in groups too, like ants, bees, and termites, and they live in groups called colonies. Each member of an insect group has a very special job too. Some find and gather food, some build and dig, and others take care of their young. If you think about where insects live, you can think some live in the air, on the ground, in the dirt, under rocks or in trees, in and around water, and then others live in colonies or families. And if you haven't ever heard of a termite, you can see they love to eat wood. And so they eat wood from trees, and also it's very damaging if they actually eat the wood of your house. So you have to be careful with termites. But if you notice the little ant colony here, you can tell that they make tunnels and have homes under the ground, and these bees have a hive that they work together to make honey and keep the queen bee safe. The next section says, what do insects eat? Some eat leaves and stems from plants and trees. Others suck nectar and juice from flowers and fruit. And some insects like to eat other insects. Some insects drink blood from other animals like you and me. Think about a mosquito. When a mosquito comes and lands on our skin, it's actually drinking our blood. Other insects like the cockroach and the fly eat garbage, animal waste, and other dead things. Yuck. But they recycle garbage to keep the earth clean. So you can remember that insects like to eat plants, other insects, blood, wood, paper, garbage, animal waste, and other dead things. So on this picture you can see, we learned about this when we were studying plants and flowers, that bees and things like butterflies go from flower to flower and they suck nectar and take pollen and eat those types of things. Here are the cockroaches and the flies that are eating the garbage from someone. Here's a picture of a mosquito, and they like to take the blood from people, and that's how they live. One interesting thing I learned about mosquitoes is that it's the female or the girl mosquitoes that actually bite you, because they are the ones that have the eggs to make more mosquitoes. So it's those girl mosquitoes that are sucking the blood all of the time. How do insects talk to each other? Ants communicate through smell. They use odors to warn their nest mates of danger and to lead them to food. Ants and other insects send messages with movement. When a bee finds food, it will do a little dance in the nest to tell all the other bees, hey, it's time to eat. Many insects communicate with sounds. Male field crickets chirp by rubbing their wings together to attract a female cricket, and fireflies find each other with flashes of light. How do insects protect themselves? Wasps use poisonous stings to fight off predators, and other insects wear special armor. There are a few insects like the stink bug that spray stinky liquids at their enemies, and they are the skunks of the insect world. Many insects have colors that blend with the places they live. This is called camouflage. Can you find the insects that color helps hide on this page? See if you can find any that might have some camouflage. You can see this giant walking stick right here. It actually looks just like a stick, doesn't it? And you can tell this stink beetle or this stink bug, I don't know if you've had those in your houses, I've had a ton in my house, looks just like the green leaf, as do these little green leaf hoppers. They're blending in with their environment, just like camouflage helps army men and women blend in with their environments. How does an insect grow up? All insects hatch from eggs. As they grow, they get bigger and they begin to look more like their parents. The change that insects go through from egg to adult is called metamorphosis. That is a very big word that means changes shape. There are different kinds of metamorphosis. Some insects change by just growing bigger. Others grow wings, but there are some insects, such as butterflies, that change so much that the adult looks nothing like the youth. Think about that. A caterpillar starts out from a tiny, teeny egg. Then it grows into a caterpillar, and the caterpillar eats and eats and eats and eats until it gets so big that it puts itself into a cocoon or a pupa or chrysalis. So it has 3 names. So you can see that it's right there. And then out from that chrysalis comes a beautiful butterfly. And the butterfly is actually the adult version of the caterpillar. Here are some fun facts that you might not have known. I'll read them to you. It says, flies can taste with their feet. When in flight, a mosquito beats its wings 300 times in a second. The water strider can actually walk on water. A flea can jump over 200 times its own length. Fleas are one of those bugs that we learned about that like to eat and live on animals. One ladybug can lay up to 1,500 eggs in her lifetime. Cockroaches are so smart that they have learned to run mazes in laboratories. This giant water bug has been known to eat tadpoles and small fish. A dragonfly can fly as fast as 30 miles per hour. Some beehives have up to 50,000 bees. That's a lot. And a cricket can hear with its legs. Insects are amazing, but do you know what my favorite thing about them is? They are small. So you can see this person has a magnifying glass in the illustration so that they can see the features and the characteristics a little bit easier and larger. So I hope that you go outside and lift some rocks or look in trees or just explore the area around you and see if you can find any insects and try to classify them. Make sure they have 3 body parts. Make sure they have some antennae, which would be 2 of those, and then also make sure they have 6 legs. So if it does not have 6 legs, remember it's not an insect. It might be a spider or classified as something else, but it's not an insect. So have fun exploring the outdoors around you and see if you can find some insects around your house. And if you find some, be sure to take a picture or draw them in your nature journal so that we can try to keep track of all of the insects that you find. Have fun exploring God's creation and learning more about insects. Bye-bye.